So there I was in the lawyer's office with my friend, and he was about to start a battle for custody for his son, who was 1 year old. His adversary was his Brazilian girlfriend, the mother of the child. And the lawyer said to me, all right, Libby, did you review your testimony? And I said, oh, yes. I read over the words that I transcribed on my computer immediately after my meeting with the mother on my front porch. And he said, okay, I'm going to call you to the witness stand first. Let's go. We got in the lawyer's car and we drove to the Framingham District Court. When we went inside the courthouse, my friend and the lawyer were kibitzing with all of the people that they knew, but I tried to stay focused. We went into the courtroom. Now, a courtroom is so much like theater, with its characters, the judge, the lawyers, the plaintiff, the defendant, the witnesses, and the testimony, which is either prepared speeches or improv. And then the Brazilian woman came in with her state-appointed female attorney. I stared at her. She averted her eyes. So the judge started the proceedings, and each lawyer spoke his little piece. And then the lawyer of my friend said, I call to the witness stand Mary E. Franck. Now, Mary E. Franck is my legal name, and if there ever was a place to use your legal name, it would be in court. So I promised to tell the truth. And then he said, now, Mary, will you tell us what happened on the evening in question? And I stood up straighter, and I spoke clearly. The woman's sister called me and told me that her sister was on my porch waiting to talk to me. So I went and I spoke with her. She stayed standing on my porch, and I was in my doorway. We spoke for about 30 minutes, and she darted from one topic to another in an incoherent manner. And then she spoke of her boyfriend. And she said, he punched me and he pulled my hair. And I said to her, I do not believe you. And she said to me, I am a wonderful actress. Now the war begins. Immediately called for a Portuguese interpreter. Well, the outcome of that hearing was that my friend got some visitation rights, but she still had physical custody of the child. Now some of you know that I seem to be a forceful person. I tell stories about pirates and convicts and suffragists, and you must think I'm a really tough person, but I'm really a wimp, unless I am armed with the exact words that I have transcribed on my computer and can use them as my weapons from the witness stand. And maybe you think that I really mean ganging up on this poor immigrant mother. Ha! She was no shrinking violet. She was out for blood, and any findings of the court, she thought, oh, they didn't apply to her. So then the case was moved to a Cambridge court, where a female judge presided. Now this judge, she didn't like this mother. She said, oh, you think that if you don't like the finding of another court, you can just come waltzing into my courtroom looking for a different decision? That's not the way the system works, honey. You should know it's not really a good thing when the judge starts calling you honey. So I never had to testify again, but I was always there ready at a moment's notice to take the witness stand and say, and she said, I'm a wonderful actress, let the war begin. So the good outcome of this was that my friend did get full legal and physical custody of his son, and now he's a happy, curious, energetic 5-year-old. And It was probably due to a lot of legal pleadings, but I like to think it was all me.